guys.
We're actually going to
And
intro right now.
I don't have to hurt my leg trying to sit.
Welcome back to the Shenanigans podcast.
Welcome.
It is the world's first and only professional grocery shoppers, Tristan and Drew Decker. I mean, Tristan starts with us and Drew Decker. We got both get our last names in there.
Both last names.
If you haven't noticed yet, in the 4 seconds that we've been talking, we have currently invested in a new audio upgrade because production quality is going up. So you talk for him.
Rise. We are rising above all odds.
Because like we said, we're in here for the long haul, okay? We're coming back harder and better than ever.
$500 in the long haul.
Yeah, thanks, Pete. If you want to
thanks, Pete.
Right out the gate, let's just throw it right back to Pete. Throw it right back to Pete.
Appreciate you,
the
Pete.
Dairy Queen homie that just knows exactly what's up.
DQ. I was trying to get something in there.
DQ master of the EQ.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
the DQ master of the EQ.
So that's Pete. If you want to come on the show sometime, contact
us.
Our agents.
Right.
Us.
Yeah. Our people.
Yeah,
our people will contact your people.
Yeah.
Because you have your own studio.
He has people. Okay, but so do we.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, who's to say?
I guess our people are us, and his people are him. Well,
so we'll get in contact if it's really.
We'll reach out to you, and you reach out to us if you want to be on the podcast and talk about your music career.
Oh shoot! How deep is his music career?
I don't know.
Oh, we don't know yet.
So
that's
why
a good
he's
point.
on the.
That's why he could be on the podcast.
Gonna be on here.
So he actually did help us a lot because we spent a lot of time looking over different mics,
debating.
And problems.
We had our head set on one thing.
And then he's like, go try these things. And then it sounded awful in the store. You couldn't hear anything.
That's true.
And then
but it's also just because, like,
every mic sounded like so bland.
Yeah. Anything you do in the store, though,
is
like
bland.
Regarding microphones.
Yeah. We spent a lot of time playing around, though.
Soundproofing, which is the word that we
forgot to
remember
use.
last episode.
Sound, acoustic, helping.
Blocking out the
sound
cancellation of noise.
We love our soundproofing.
We are soundproofed.
So we finally have separate mics now, and we spent a lot of time in the store, not just looking at the mics, but also playing around on the record scratchers.
Right.
And pianos and everything else that we could find.
A little cajon.
Yeah, before
it was a cajon.
Yeah, I did. I was gonna try to let it slide, and then you realized it. So that happened.
Yes. So
right in the middle,
anyway,
you played on the
it's fine.
The cajon. He did not play on the cajon. So
yikers.
Yeah. So, anyways, we are back and stronger than ever.
And true to our word this time.
It's true to our word. And we spent a lot of time, honestly, just playing. And we were so worried about the shock mounts of this thing because it's a condenser mic that it was going to be too much shaking around because we're holding
wiggle
them.
Room.
Yeah, like with our hands. Was it going to wiggle? You're my dad. Oogie, boogie, boogie, boogie.
You're my dad.
Boogie, oogie, oogie. So we have spent the last hour and a half kind of just playing around with them and making sure we got things set up because
excited.
We do care about the truth of our podcast, the truth of our sound,
the honesty,
the truth,
the honesty of the sound.
Coming soon to Disney DVD.
Oh wow!
The truth of our sound. It's so weird not hearing ourselves anymore. I was so used to being right there.
Where are we?
I was like, how do I talk to other people now?
Now we can actually make eye contact and talk, which feels
wrong.
Yeah.
Someone's got to blink soon. And we can both look at this. It's really interesting to have our own mics because I could do this. And
I can
no
do
one
this.
cares.
Oh, shoot.
We're kind of going in sync.
There we go.
It still makes sense.
There
we
go.
Hold the mic and
there
go
we go.
This.
There we go.
We could have made it work.
Wow.
So anyone who's out there, all you people out there, actually, I'm requesting all your help.
Go to Guitar Center and talk to Pete.
Talk to Pete and comment on his Triforce tattoo. Unless
he does have a Triforce.
Unless his family didn't know about that yet, and I just outed him.
Exposed.
He's like he just secretly got a Triforce tattoo, and he's like, all right, I'm just gonna tell them.
He had that actually back at Dairy Queen.
So. I tell them. Well, that doesn't mean they know about it.
Unless it's been this long, and they still haven't known. I apologize, Pete, for my actions.
You love a good secret.
I'm so sorry. I did not mean to expose you.
We outed him. He helped us and we outed him.
Yikes. He also gave me the family and friends discount.
Are you allowed to out him as that?
Scratch!
No, they don't know who Pete is. There's so many Petes in the world.
Pete.
We met
Pete
David.
Davidson.
Yeah.
The famous comedian.
He was at Guitar Center.
And he gave me his family friend discount
Yeah.
because I'm his friend.
And he didn't have a Triforce tattoo.
Yet.
It was a gummy worm. It felt like it.
Right. It was a gummy worm on his nose.
We have so much mobility here. I don't even know what. Oh yeah, I forgot my phone. I like tattoos. I mean, not tattoos. Notes. That's what I meant to say.
We have tattoos. Well, you don't, but I do.
Segue. So actually, yeah, go right into that because then I'll go into a different bit that I have planned.
Sounds good. So yeah, as many of my friends and family have known, I have been wanting to get a tattoo for the past 4-ish years of my life.
Okay, yeah.
And it finally happened.
Since you were 22?
Yes, right.
Okay.
In the past 4 years, when I was 22.
Yeah, that's when you started having cravings of this. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I understand.
Now that I'm 26. Right. I finally got it.
Yeah.
It's an arrow tattoo. It's pretty sick.
Akron Arrows, baby.
No.
Let's go.
I mean, they're not even called the arrows anymore.
Chiefs. Do you ever go like this, like as you're shooting it, and it looks like you just shot it, and it's flying up your arm?
No, I have not.
Because that is the first thing I thought about while I was working. You sent me, and you're like, I got a tattoo.
I got a tattoo. Surprise!
Gotcha. That was out of nowhere.
He got a tattoo. That's very random.
He hasn't mentioned that any times ever
in his life for the past 4 years since he was 22.
He's like, yes, check it out. I was like, whoa. That was sudden. That escalated fast.
Who would have known?
Anyways, tell them what the symbolism behind it. If you want to tell me your meaning.
Yeah, absolutely. I love talking about.
You don't have to go deep in it. I just meant like if you wanted to keep going.
Yeah, no. So an arrow.
So I don't leave it as the Akron Arrows.
Absolutely. Yeah. So an arrow can only be shot forward when it's been pulled back. So when life is pulling you back, just know it's going to launch you into something greater. So just keep aim and breathe.
Or if you started your life being held back. Yeah,
sure.
You can still launch forward.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can.
Some people aren't born at a neutral, position in archery.
Right,
yeah,
right.
Sometimes people are born drawn back. You don't.
But you
there's always you can always launch forward.
Can be launched forward.
And if you're born forward,
then just keep going straight.
Well, you don't have much momentum. You're kind of just there.
Kind of dragging along in the air.
So you might want to take a step back,
fall down,
and try and restart.
Yeah.
Draw your bow.
Right.
Draw your arrows.
Yeah.
How would you say that?
What?
I think I'd draw your bow.
Draw your bow.
Draw your bow. row, draw your bow.
Draw your bow.
Yeah, I think it looks. Did it hurt? How did it feel?
So, it obviously feels like a bunch of needles stabbing into you.
Did it feel like a bunch of needles?
But it wasn't bad. A lot of people compare it to bee stings.
Yeah, if you had
so
a lot
it's
of
just
bee
uncomfortable.
Because your photo of your dad, was like this.
Never had a bee sting.
Oh, okay. So this was your first experience of a bee sting.
Correct.
Yeah. So you were like, you're no longer afraid of bees.
So now I'm not afraid to be stung by bees.
But you are afraid. You are afraid of the allergies and pollen.
Right. That's
what
I meant.
With the bees.
Right.
So that's what you're more afraid of.
I'm more afraid
not
of
the physical harm,
what the bees bring,
but the sneezes that come along with it.
Oh, dude,
hate it. Hate to see it.
It's the worst.
You gotta blink sometime, man.
Is that what's going on here?
Yeah, you haven't blinked in 2 minutes.
Yeah, I apologize.
That's what. You're like,
do you want me to blink?
Like you've been shocked or something. It's like, he's really intense right now.
I don't blink that often.
Is that because of the glasses? Like they're just not getting like proper airflow, and you're just like, okay, well, I'm just like, they're cool.
Know.
They're cool.
I haven't blinked
ever
normally in a while. I don't think it's because of the glasses.
Do you remember like a life before the glasses when you would blink?
Yeah. It was probably about this same thing. No, I started a while ago.
She's like, I don't have to fear of anything getting in my eyes. She's like, okay, I don't blink anymore.
I mean, I guess that could be it. No, but it's
a psychological thing.
It's a family thing.
It's a family problem.
Yeah, so a while back, I decided, you know what, I'm going to try
glasses?
And no, that was not a choice that I could make.
Okay, yeah.
That was something they put on me in like 5th grade. They're like, hey, you need glasses. I actually cried.
That was way earlier than the 5th grade.
Cried that they told me that. It was actually in 5th grade.
No way. There was no way you got glasses in the 5th grade because you were 18 at that point.
You're right.
According to your math.
Right. According to my math. I'm pretty sure it was 5th grade.
I mean,
it could have been earlier.
I guess that would have been around 2010. 2010, 2011 that you would have been in 5th grade.
Yeah.
And we were already, you had glasses. I feel like you had glasses at Crabapple though. I don't feel like you got glasses here. You know what I mean?
It was definitely here.
You feel like that? Because that was after I bought my iPod Touch. That was a big moment, obviously.
You mean here?
Yeah, not in Ohio. Yeah, I meant here where we're at.
In this specific area.
In this undisclosed location, yes.
Right.
Once we moved to this Pacific.
Pacific location.
The Atlantic part of Ohio.
I can do a quick check here, actually.
No way. You can do math or check?
No, I have a calculator for that.
Okay. What is your calculator going to tell you?
I'm just going to go onto my mom's profile and see the first time she put me in.
What?
On Facebook.
Are you sure she was on Facebook, like, when you first got glasses, though?
She absolutely was.
I don't know if that's true.
Maybe not.
What an early adopter, though.
Out.
I feel like there's no way. I feel like you had glasses back at Crabapple because when we first moved here, that's when I bought my iPod Touch, and obviously that was a big moment for like everyone in the community.
Right.
And now it's like that. I kind of like you base events around those moments. Like where we were, like everyone's like, oh, I remember where I was when Tristan bought his iPod Touch because that was such a big deal.
Right. I do remember that. Yes.
Yeah, I remember sitting in New Hope and playing Jelly Car, and then people were being like, oh, look at that, he spent his money. He did it. He saved up his money. This 10, 11-year-old or whatever he was, whoever he was. People were so proud of me.
Wow,
man.
I was proud of you.
Thanks, buddy.
I was proud of you.
And then you got an iPod Touch.
Then I got an iPod Touch.
And then I got rid of mine.
And then I had mine.
And then I got a new one.
And then I got a phone. And then I got rid of mine.
And then we got phones. And here we are with the podcast.
Wow.
All
amazing.
Right. So how long are you gonna search for that?
We can continue.
Are you sure?
I'll just have it up in case.
I don't think you're gonna find any conclusive evidence.
You don't know that.
I feel like you're gonna find a photo of just with the class like, yeah, it was 2012.
2012. I guess I'm pretty sure there's some good evidence.
I feel like there's always gonna be a further photo. You just gotta. Why don't you just text your mom? Do you think she would know that much about you?
I hope so. I don't know that much about me, so actually I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Apparently you don't. Yeah, make sure you hold that mic up. You don't
hold that mic.
You slip it. You slip it. So, anyways,
boogie oogie
boogie. We have a lot of things to talk about, but most importantly, I recently got this voicemail.
Oh, really?
How cool is that, right? Yo, what's up? It's Tristan. I just want to remind you that that's really good. Yeah, thanks, buddy. So for the next episode of the podcast, I want to talk about God of War, okay, and your sleeping patterns, because I think that there might be some. There is something there. I've been a part of this as well. Yeah, your sleeping patterns. So I just want to make so listen back, keep that in mind, and see you soon, buddy. Okay, love you. Bye.
He loves us. Wow, that was forward, but thanks, buddy. See you soon, and thanks. Hopefully, you can come on the podcast soon, and we can talk all about that. I almost just got real deep on myself.
Back in 2008, I did not have glasses.
Okay, how do you know this?
Because every photo I see of 2008, I am not wearing glasses.
So you wore them the whole time. You were a full-time glass wearer?
I'm a full-time glasses boy.
Okay, so the one time I've seen you in contacts, you just slept in them, and then you just disappeared.
Into the night.
Into the morning.
I sleep in the morning.
Yeah. So anyway, I do not. Or the night. So if we want to talk about my sleeping patterns, my sleep schedule is, I don't know if you know if this is interesting, but this is where my body is so weird right now that I'm sleeping like an hour or two a night, and I can't fall back asleep, and my body's just like, yeah, no, we're good. Stop trying to put me back to sleep.
We're good.
So I'm like, okay, so what do? Nothing. I can't do anything. So I stay up and I go and I play games and I design new logos for the Shenanigans podcast because that's where we've got a new logo, everybody!
We have a new logo.
New logo on the Shenanigans podcast looks real spicy.
Spice.
Love it. I could love it.
2011.
Credit. All the credit. Go up. Up credit.
So 2011 is when I first got my glasses.
Yeah?
And that was back in 5th grade.
Oh shoot, we already passed the chill and riff zone. That was the 10 minutes.
Oh shoot.
1 to 10.
Oh,
Welcome back to Shenanigans Podcast. Oh, this is not a Facebook sponsor, but it could
yes,
be.
it could be. If
you
they
want
wanted
to contact us,
Mark.
we can do it.
Is his name Mark Zuckerberg?
Yeah, it was.
And then he got exposed
I think he died.
for being a creep.
Oh yeah, he is kind of creepy. Those big eyes.
A lizard boy.
He does look like a lizard.
Mm.
I forgot about all that.
Boogie oogie oogie.
So, yeah. So I even wrote about. So this is what happened. So I was sleeping like 3 hours. This is one of my better nights, and it's not that I only sleep 2 hours, like or whatever. I would fall asleep I would make it to about 5 p.m.
Okay.
and sleep till like 8 or something like that, and I'd wake back up, and then that would.
See, that's where you went wrong. So you would fall asleep at 5 p.m.
Well, it wasn't my choice. Much like your glasses.
Hey.
I fought. So this is what happened. So I wrote this down. I was sleeping like 3 or 4. I slept like 3 hours.
Okay.
I fell asleep at like 3 a.m. I was trying to because I woke up around like 11 p.m. because I fell asleep, and I woke up whatever, and then I fell back asleep, and I woke up at 6:30, and I just remember I woke up and I just started singing "Free Falling."
Interesting.
I remember sitting up and just going, and I'm free, free falling. I was like, what is happening right now?
That's how you woke up? Singing?
I woke up singing "Free Falling."
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a new one.
Girl. And that's how my day starts. I literally start jamming.
Woke up singing.
Yeah, which is, I woke up in a jump. Like, I was like, am I falling?
I'm free falling. Look, I can even stand up.
Wow, this is crazy.
And be in the
we
microphone.
Have separate mics. This podcast is literally elevating to a whole other level. Oh, you went for new. That was weird.
You said other.
Yeah.
I figured we were going with new on that one.
I would have. That's a good point.
Thank you.
So, I can't believe it. I can't believe we're back. I can't believe we told the truth. It's so
back.
interesting.
It is weird.
It's weird to tell the truth.
It's weird to tell the truth.
Yeah, not coming back. It's weird to tell the truth. It's weird to be honest. But I'm learning to. I'm willing to try. If that's what it means.
I'm always willing to try.
Yeah,
new things.
We've been really good,
except for food.
Yeah,
I'm a piggy eater.
Piggy eater?
No, picky.
Oh,
picky.
Except for food, I'm a piggy eater.
I'm a piggy eater.
I just think that
eat
means
pigs.
bacon.
Love me some bacon.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you contacted me this morning asking about where the bacon was in the grocery store. This is because
no comment.
We're the world's first professional grocery shopper team.
You're darn right we are.
And it went well according to science and everyone we asked around. So, anyways, what actually happened was we did come to record this podcast at first, and I don't know exactly how it elevated to the point that it did, where we decided that we would go to Best Buy. Best Buy said, no, we don't have that.
Right.
Well, they just didn't answer your calls.
Originally, it started here with us sitting in the studio, about to hop on the mic.
Yeah, hot mic.
And then we were discussing, and I was like, man, I really wish we had some more chairs.
That's what it was. And we're leaning over.
Because we're literally just breaking our legs out here.
And I was talking about getting a couch so we could just lean back and just literally chill and riff.
Yeah, exactly. And then we were talking about the whole desk situation. And that's when I was like, yo, what about this new mic thing? What if I got my own mic?
And then I told him to go look at some mics.
And we were like, let's look at some mics.
And then we looked at something.
So
luckily, we looked at one that led us to Guitar Center.
Right. So I hopped on the hopped on the phone looking for mics.
Yeah, you didn't hop on Mike.
No.
Mike's a big guy.
I said the mic. Is there a specific single mic?
There's a couple good mics out there.
The mic?
Jordan. That is
mic.
That is the mic. All mics are successful in this life. Name a mic. Mike Wazowski. Mike Jordan.
Successful.
Successful. Who? What? There's no mic. I can't think of a
Michael
mic.
Jackson.
boom.
Successful.
Yeah, like who isn't successful?
Right.
I can't think of a mic
Can't
that's
think
not
of a mic
successful.
that's not successful either.
That's just weird to think about. And I think I'm just going to leave that alone before we break
mics
that.
Mics are scary.
Mics are scary, and they're big guys, and
they're
you can trust them.
So
but you said, I thought you said, like,
any successful
I said, no,
mic.
not hop off mic. But you didn't say I don't think in that part. You said the phone. You were trying to correct yourself, and you left out the on that part.
It.
You said, all right. No, I was like, no, I didn't mean I was going to hop off mic. And I was like, were you on mic?
Interesting.
So anyways, we did head out there, luckily, because of the phones the mics.
The phones.
the phones that the GPS
used
on the phone. It led us straight to Guitar Center.
It did.
Because Best Buy screwed us over.
So originally
we thought we were going to Best Buy, and then I looked up Guitar Center and I called him, and then I was like, "Hey, do you guys think?" He's like, "Hey, I sure hope we do." And they did.
They had them.
And then he was like, "Hey, we got a couple here." And I was like, "All right, do you have two?" And I was like, "He's like, how many do you need? How many do you need?" I need two. Like,
we've got those.
Yeah, we
got 8.
I don't know if he's one of those guys that say a couple and he just doesn't mean it, you know?
Yeah.
Like those people say
we got a couple.
Yeah.
How many is that? 1.
He's like, there's people out there.
That's not a couple then.
I was like, if we're gonna drive all the way out there, you need to confirm. So I said, "Do you have two? How many do you need?" That's how he said it too. He's like, "How many do you need?" I was like,
like,
2.
We might have 2, but do you need 2?
Yeah, exactly. So you're gonna do we have do I have to plan on restocking here? Like, I need you to tell me how many you need. Like, if I'm gonna have 1 after today, that's okay. But do not say you're gonna take our whole stock.
Need all 8.
I just checked the back of stock, and we got a couple. Do you have 2? How many do you need? Stop playing games with me, Guitar Center, man.
Come on, guy.
You should. You're no
just
Pete.
Be honest.
You're no Pete.
You're not Pete.
You know Pete. It was his first day, I think. The guy that we talked to. What if it was Pete?
Was it that guy? Because we saw it.
We walked in there, and the guy's he's talking about stuff, and then the kid asked him for a harmonica. He's like, "All right, it's my first day,
so don't get mad at me."
Yeah.
And then he walked away.
And yet he tried to help us on his first day. How noble and brave.
Very brave.
Especially because they left him out on the floor.
And then as soon as he walked away, I was like, do they let you walk around by yourself
and then
on the first day?
And he left us unattended, so we ran straight to the record scratching position and went ham. Yeah, like freaking Game Breaker, Street 2, Tony Hawk, everything. We went sound effects masters.
Absolutely. We went sound effects galore.
Yeah. So we almost got to Best Buy because I did not
specify that we were going to Best Buy.
Because I called the Guitar Center, and then we immediately started making fun of this guy that started was confused.
Who was like, "How many do you need?"
That was coming at us hard like that.
We
started laughing about
we
it.
asked about
and
2.
We forgot to re-communicate
where we were going.
So we drove to Best Buy, and Drew's like, "Where is it? Is it on my left or my right?" I was like, "Yeah, we're not going to Best Buy." He's like, "Oh." So then we drove another 20 minutes.
Yep.
And we got there.
We got there
eventually, and that's all that matters because we're here now.
We are here, and we have the new freaking setup is what I was going for.
The studio!
But the mics, too!
It's crazy!
Specifically the mics.
We can be so much louder and not have to worry about peaking out. That's what's crazy to me right now.
That is that is weird.
It knows how to compress once it gets too loud, automatically. That we trust me, we've done our fair share of testing.
We've done quite a bit of testing.
We played around quite.
We've done some testing.
Sure, we went all in on just a mic that a random person from Dairy Queen recommended to us.
No, I mean he wasn't a random person. I worked with
an
acquaintance from Dairy Queen who I didn't really know too well.
Pete Davidson just said
from Dairy Queen,
"Get these," and we said, "You know what? I'm going to trust you just this once because we can always distrust him and refund it when he's off, when he's
not there."
Yeah, when it's not working the shift.
So then we came back to the studio.
Yeah,
and we were like, "Man, I really hope."
After a slow, long road behind some old ladies.
Right.
I drove behind it. We're getting on the highway just today. That's what I was going to talk about.
Really?
While that's happening, there was an old lady that the entire on-ramp was backed up almost, going slow because this lady wasn't going fast.
Was it one of those things where it was merging and she never merged?
No, she was just slow and people couldn't get to the part where they wanted to hop on. And so we finally pulled up, and this old lady was scrolling through her iPhone.
while driving.
Yeah. So this
grandma.
I know. First off, stop
being
breaking
a grandma.
the law. But two, it's like old ladies do not need another reason to drive slow.
Right.
They're already slow drivers.
You've already got the excuse of being an older lady.
Yeah.
So we can't truly be
and no
mad at you
offense to
for
older
that.
ladies. I think if you were born in the 1920s, you should not be texting and driving.
I agree with that statement because
anyone.
At that point you're already freaking 100 years old.
And you're a hero. You don't need to prove yourself anymore.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
You're already living a great life.
Yeah, over 100 years at this point.
We don't need you
Whoa.
ruining your life by texting.
You're 100 years old.
We don't need you. But you're here. No,
but
we don't need you ruining that streak of being 100 years old.
Yeah.
And plus.
And you're real slow.
Yeah. So like.
Just like the Italian grandma we were stuck behind.
Right.
Pick up the speed, grandma.
Come on, grandmas.
Like, just pick it up.
Come on, grandmas.
Great-great-grandma, I guess.
Great-great-grandma. Come on.
Pick it up, come on now. So that's what happened. That's how my day went. You were there for most of it, so I feel like you should know that better than anybody.
How long has it been? It's been a solid 4-ish hours before we even hopped on the mic.
I thought you were going to say, how far are we into the podcast? And I saw 26 minutes. You're like, 4 hours.
4 hours on the freaking podcast.
Longest episode
Last
ever.
episode was so bad. I said that we were together for like 2 hours, but it was only 1 hour. We got there at 5.
Yeah, that was hardcore.
Started it at 6.
Yeah, you sometimes.
For
it's just one of those things. I think it's just like
it's
while you're
2
talking
hours.
live on the podcast.
I'm not good at thinking and speaking at once,
which is interesting because you're running a podcast while you're constantly thinking.
Yeah, it's a problem, really. It's a family issue.
So that was. What else do we have in the news? Chill and Riff. We passed the Chill and Riff. We've almost got 3 Chill and Riff sessions so far.
Sugar.
I guess what else I was doing, I was also trying to sign into DoorDash recently, which is very hot around this time because why not? Bags.
Bags.
You know, if you're going to make $27 an hour, why not I just hop on in that?
Dang.
Anyway, so there was a big glitch in my account where I went through a lot. It's not really interesting. It just went through a lot of freaking crap and trying to get it right. And then all of a sudden, I start contacting them, and they're like, yeah, something's really wrong with your thing, Steven. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, Steven.
Yes. So, Steven, they're like, yeah.
Thank you.
Steven, what's wrong? What's wrong, Steven? Like, what's happening? Steven, why are you so sad?
What's going on there?
Why the long face, Steven? And I don't know why
Steven,
that.
Don't cry.
Yeah, I think it had something to do with, speaking of crying, the Lego Masters, that like ad where someone like, where they build the big Legos, like just. Like, listen, if you got a master builder, you got to get back in there and build that tower. There's no time to weep.
Time to cry.
Freaking Lego Masters don't cry.
Come on. Unless you step on one of the Legos that you drop.
Steven. That's the only time it's,
That's okay.
The guy's acting like he stepped on a Lego. All right. But you know, if your dreams and your life falls apart, grow up. If you step on a Lego,
then you can cry.
Then I, you know.
I understand
empathy, compassion. I understand.
That's completely understandable.
Yeah. We can grow together on that one.
We can grieve together.
Your foot. Just the one. If you take 2, you're probably dead.
Then you're absolutely dead.
I don't think
at that point it's just like,
I don't think you survive a double Lego.
Absolutely.
If you step on 2 Legos at the same time, both your feet, you're done.
You're gone.
I don't think anyone has ever lived to tell that tale.
Absolutely not.
What also sucks is when you assume that the Lego's gonna unstick from your foot. You take another step. It's like you're just constantly
double step.
Like, all right, and you hold out hope for so long, and
you know what? I'm fine. This one's gonna fall off.
This time I mean it. No, I swear.
Holy cannolis, dude!
What?
Our studio door has been open this whole time. Boogie oogie oogie.
Boogie oogie oogie oogie.
Anyways,
so now it's less drafty in here. That was
what it was. I was kind of chilly. I was like, why is it so cold?
Why is it so cold? It has nothing to do with the big window.
No, absolutely not.
That's not insulated.
Nope.
No. But we do have a heater back there. Heater. Anyways, so I did not ever get my stuff sorted out with DoorDash. I don't know why.
So now you're still Steven.
I am still Steven, and I'm considering just becoming Steven because it's such a hassle to correct them every time.
Right.
And I actually
like you're going to legally change your name to Steven, or you're just going to ride with it through DoorDash?
I think it's probably best to just legally do it. It's such a hassle.
Do I have to call you Steven from now on?
You don't have to call me anything. You just have to show up on time.
Don't call you late for dinner?
Yeah, okay. Which is weird because I was just calling you late. And you made the joke. No, I think it is probably best if you call me Steven because if I'm getting too many Tristans, I'm going to change back. And I just want to do what's convenient for me, what's for everybody. And it's gotten to the point
specifically you though.
I've contacted them so many times that I literally like they start the type they'll say like, "Hey Steven, how can I help you?"
Dang.
It hurts the soul every time to see that. It's spelled PH.
Oh.
Yeah, not even with a V.
Stephen.
Yeah, Stephen. Stephen Curry. Whoa, Stephen.
So actually, they're calling you Stephen.
Shots. I'm just my
Stephen
3-pointer.
Shots. Is that what you said?
I just
my
said,
name is Stephen Shots.
I said shots. Those two comments were not related. Yeah.
So there was a period there. So Stephen.
There was a period or a semicolon.
Shots.
A little. They were unrelated comments, but they still fit together in a way.
Got you. Not Stephen Shots.
No, not Stephen Shots. But I'm stuffing these shots in the net.
Oh.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go.
And so I will literally type everything out so fast before they even get it, so that they'll start typing. You'll see the little bubbles, and I'll type this thing, and it just goes away. And they're like, oh shoot, and they just say they'll ask for a bunch of stuff because I've been through it so many times that they just say thank you. That's it. And they just take forever because they have all the information.
Go through everything.
And there's not really a true solution to where I'm at in this life. Life is one big math problem that I don't have the answer to at this moment. And that's deep.
So now everyone just has to call you Steven.
Yeah.
Steven?
Stephen.
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 Stephen. So would that be STEVPHEN? Stephen?
Stephen. I have no idea. I don't want to be Steven. I'll become clear. I'm sorry to all the Stevens. I don't like your name.
Oh,
and I don't want to be you. I don't want to be one of you.
Oh, shoot.
Honestly.
What if they were just called Steve? Does that change your mind?
I think I hate that more. Yeah, I think that's more disgusting.
Well,
and that's listen, no offense to all the people with gross names out there.
You're just really... You hate him?
Well, he's called Michael Scott.
So you just call him Michael Scott?
Another successful man.
Got you.
Mike. He's super successful. So, anyways, my point is...
There's no
way out of this!
Mike! I was going to say Steven. There's a lot of unsuccessful Stevens. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I don't know. Change
don't
your
know how
name
to
to Mike.
say it, but
you'll get better. And it's nothing. It's literally nothing against the Stevens that have bad
absolutely
names.
not.
You could use your middle name if you want. I just think that was one of the darkest and lowest points in my life was when they said, "Hi, Steven."
Hi, Steven. Every time.
I hated myself.
Every time you corrected them, saying, "No, my name is Tristan," and they're like, "Hi, Steven."
Right after. We don't believe you.
Okay.
Sure, Steven. Sure, Steven.
Tristan.
Whatever that means. What's funny is I would put Steven in air quotes. In air quotes. They were in quotes. They weren't in air quotes. I didn't do that stuff. I just started trying to take a break to go, Steven. Steven. Yeah, so I think we'll have to leave them in the past because I can't handle that life anymore.
DoorDash or Stevens?
Everything in between. I'm going to change my name to Mike. And we're going to
So then we're going to grow this podcast.
That would
Should
be
I
handy.
change my name to Mike too?
Mike and Mike in the morning.
Mike and Mike on the mic.
That's in that way. Oh, dang, the triple bomb. But that's a morning ESPN show, Mike and Mike. Another successful show and men. So I'm at a loss for words for all these great mics out here. Hi, Mike. These things are great too. Pete recommended them, but still.
Yeah, true.
Good Mike.
Good Mike.
Head pat. Toot, toot, toot. Anyways.
Oh boy.
We're just having a time now because we
are just having a
it's
time.
almost like we've just been unlocked.
Yeah.
Like we were bound to we had good quality, but you were holding us down. Now we have hand gestures.
Free. And I can hold my water bottle.
Which has Powerade in it, or Kool-Aid.
Mio.
Is it Mio?
Mio.
Mio what?
Mio Mayo.
Oh, now I'm going to drink some water, too. Entertain the crowd.
Okay,
Entertain
guys.
the masses.
So, yeah, Mio, what a great
sponsor.
I wish it was a sponsor, honestly. I could live off of Mio.
We have somebody trying to fish views for the podcast currently, and we don't know what he's up to or what his game is.
That's true.
But
what was his name?
I don't know.
Johnny Boy?
I don't even remember. That's how acquainted we are.
Interesting. My parents are going to get dinner without me. They just told me, hey, we're going to get dinner. You're on your own. Great. Fantastic. Wow. What a wonderful day.
The best part of that is they don't know how long you're going to be. They didn't have to tell you that.
That's very true. They could have just gone.
You just got flexed on for no reason.
They're just straight out
my water out.
So I saw.
So I don't know who this guy is, but I was
out there.
We were doing some research on potential guests. So if you're a game designer, that's what we were currently looking at, or anything in sports, movies, games, or fun, or funny, or anything. Funny. As long as your name's not Steven, you are welcome.
Absolutely. Especially if your name's Mike, though.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, because the ratings just instantly go up. They're like, oh, these guys are great.
Cast?
Wait, Mike? Holy cow!
Straight
Mike cast.
Mike cast.
This is my cast.
This is Mike cast.
This cast is my cast.
This cast is your cast. Doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work the same. It has to have Mike in it. So yeah, I don't know who this is, but we were just like looking, and this is just stuff for the podcast in general, and research. We stumbled across this guy that was offering marketing help and strategy. He's like, you could pay me, and I was just asking him about it. I was like,
how does it work?
How does this even work? I was not interested in paying for it at all. I was just curious what his thing was, because I'm a curious gentleman.
I'm a curious guy.
And he's like, I do it for one day for free for you. And I was like, what?
We believe he's Russian, by the way, in case you didn't catch that.
Yeah.
We believe he's Russian. We're not completely
That is the only thing that we are positive about. We have no idea where he is.
We're 100% positive he is Russian.
Yeah.
Everything else, we don't know what.
We don't know how this service works.
We don't know how.
But he offered it for free, and he just ran off and did it on his own.
Yeah.
And
you know what the scariest part is?
What?
To be honest, is that he has the link to our podcast.
And he's listening to this now?
And he could do whatever he wants. Like, what if he was like some like super hacker
Russian
and
boy.
Based off of the link that you send him,
Drago!
Could hack into this.
This is Rocky versus Rocky 4 now.
Whoa.
We are Rocky.
We are Rocky
versus
we are
Drago.
Rocky.
Hopefully
we
he's
are
not
Rocky.
6'6".
We are Rocky.
This is a Rocky
We are
start.
Rocky.
It's actually pretty good so
Rocky
far.
Road.
Good ice cream.
Never had it.
What? Dang. Uncultured in the ice cream era.
I like Moose Tracks.
That's goes. It's pretty good.
It's really good.
Like
It's not my favorite.
But
like,
I didn't see what the point was for bringing it. He got really serious right there. Like opened his eyes. Like, it's not my favorite. I didn't know why he brought it up. If he's just gonna diss it again. So we don't know where this guy is, and if the new listeners, if he does show up, and if he is as Russian as we think he is, and he's a great man, and people show up, then welcome. We
appreciate you.
We do appreciate you. You have the slogan, by the way. You don't have to do it right now. I'm just saying. Get ready.
Life is like a box of chocolates.
Ooh. But I have no idea if this guy is good at all. Like, he might be just as useful as a lawnmower in a desert.
Heck yeah, dude.
He's not doing anything.
Just chalking up sand.
Yeah, this is pointless.
It's great.
Spreading the sand around.
Just getting it.
Yeah, wait for the sandstorms.
Everywhere.
What a
heroic man.
What a heroic. At least if he's trying, he's trying. But he won't contact me back about exactly what he's doing or what he wants to do or when he's going to do it or what's happening.
Or if we're going to get any listeners.
Yeah, or if it's dangerous. Like,
I feel like it's probably pretty not dangerous.
We probably shouldn't enlist the Russians for help, but we totally are right now.
Oh,
yeah, I forgot. The voicemail what I talked about was, I said at the beginning, God of War.
Right.
You got me God of War for my birthday.
I absolutely did.
And I tore through it in like a week.
You absolutely did.
It's a big, long game. It is awesome. Boy. That's Kratos, by the way.
No way.
Yeah, crazy. So in case people think I just played a Kratos
we
sound
should
effect,
get him to come on the podcast.
Oh my gosh.
Kratos, not the voice actor.
Yeah. He just shows up. The God of War.
Right.
So it is... I had never played the God of War games before, but so the previous 3 games, Kratos. I'll just like do a quick backstory.
Did you like watch like
I did
a backstory of it?
Which it didn't actually matter at all because it's
a new
the
game.
3 are about the Greek gods. It's all Greek mythology, and he's just a boy that kind of rises through the ranks because he thinks he's just a human and he becomes the God of War. He's like he sells his soul to the gods, and he's bound, and they trick him into killing his own family. And then he rages back against the gods, and it turns out that he actually was the son of Zeus, in the first place.
So the family that he killed was not really his family, but like a surrogate family, I guess.
No, that was because it was his mother still. Like,
so his mother
had a child with Zeus. No, his mother was not Zeus. His father was Zeus.
So she had a child with Zeus,
and she lived in the village and stuff.
Did she have like another husband though?
Probably for his other son, like his brother. I believe so.
Oh.
And the family that he killed was his wife and daughter.
Oh.
That's who he killed.
So not... Because you said he was like a boy going through the ranks. I assumed when he was like a kid is when he killed like his
climbs
mom
through that, and it turns out he's a god, and he takes down all the Greek gods, and he's just rage-filled because he's just torn up by his past, and he's called the Ghost of Sparta because he's covered in... Why he's white is he's the witch, like, or whoever it was, they cover him in the ashes of his wife and daughter.
Oh.
That he accidentally killed because he was told to go and like slaughter this like camp or whatever, and then he rages back against the gods and he hates them and he distresses them and then he takes down all of them.
Dang.
So God of War 3, which was years ago, ended with Kratos, Athena and the Greek gods. So he just killed him, and there was just like Athena left, and he had like the power of hope or something like that, and she wanted to use him, and he was like, I don't want this. So he decides to kill himself and release the hope into the world.
Whoa.
And the world was like flooded and everything because he killed Poseidon, and it just like flooded the world. And like everything was like it was like just deadly and souls and
water.
No light. It was horrible. So he kills himself, and that's how 3 ends. And then it goes back to the scene where he dies, and it's like a cliffhanger, and there's just a trail of blood off the edge, and that's how God of War 3 ends, and there's no more. And then years later, this new game comes out, God of War. It's God of War. It's the 4th one, and he's way older, and he has a new son, and he just had a wife that just passed, and they're in Norse mythology now, which is like with Thor and Odin and stuff like that.
So how does that work? So the end of 3, his blood. Oh, were you going to get into that?
What? It's not explained. It is not explained. So you could literally. That's why it was so nice that I was able to play 4 because they didn't explain it. There was no backstory. No one knows. I don't know, and nobody else knew.
Got it. So this is.
So he has a son, and he's like Kratos was known for just being like all rage, and now he's like wise and stronger. And apparently, they say that Kratos is actually holding back his strength during 90% of everything in this game because his son is a god, and his son does not know his past at all. And they go through the whole game, and his son's like getting sick, and because he's like believes he's mortal, so but he's a god inside a mortal's body. And then his son like starts to turn evil, and so then it's like the giants and the gods, and people are trying to attack him. So it shows up.
Attack the son, or Kratos, because Kratos hasn't told him that he's a god.
Well, the how this all starts. So his wife dies, and she wants them to spread her ashes on the highest mountain in all the realms, all the 9 realms. And I think it's in Midgard, their realm, but it's actually in Jotunheim, which is just it's the realm of the giants.
Gotcha.
I'm not going to go through the whole story of the game, but someone shows up. It's actually Odin's son, Thor's brother, Balder, which he's invincible. He cannot feel pain. He shows up, and he's just saying he wants to talk. He attacks. Him and Kratos fight, and he cannot feel pain. And then Kratos like kills him, but I guess he can like revive or whatever. So he's looking for Kratos now. And Thor's sons, Magni and Mogni or something like that, which Magni is like one of the strongest gods ever. Thor beats him, and so the throughout the whole game they talk about Ragnarok coming, which is the end of gods. Like almost all the gods die, and throughout the whole game. So basically, Kratos beats him even when he's not at full strength because he's trying to teach his son. His son wants his son to learn that he's a god. He's trying to teach him to not become like he was throughout the 3 games, to control his rage. And it's really interesting to know that now because it's like he's the God of War, I guess. Right. He's like so wise, and it's like before the game came out, I was watching a documentary, and people wanted Kratos to be killed off. Like
really?
They didn't want Kratos to be a character anymore because he was just kind of one-dimensional. But everyone's like, wow, Kratos, like, this is what we needed. Like, it was like crazy. It was such a big like character shift because he's like, there's so much more depth to him now.
Because at first he was just a static, straight, angry, violent
but now he's
character.
son, he's teaching, he's wise, and there's just so much more. I would really suggest everyone to go play the game.
Would you recommend playing all 3 first?
No,
or
just
going just straight
I watched
into
videos about it
one?
too. The gameplay of the 3 is nothing like this one. This one is so different and unique, and it's way better. Like Santa Monica, the developers of this game, did this is part of the documentary. They did a whole change about like they had games canceled and like this is our last shot at making this, and it was like crazy. So,
Gotcha.
And it was really big. Anyways, so the beginning of I read up on Norse mythology at the end of this, and I got super excited. Because how Ragnarok begins is the death of Balder, which they kill. They find his weakness and they beat him at the end because he's trying to stop them because they're trying to they spread the ashes.
Got it. And why don't they want them to spread the ashes? Does it ever explain that?
That's not why they want. So what happened was they were not looking for Kratos. They didn't even know Kratos was in these realms or anything. They were looking for his wife, Faye, who was a giant, and she knew the secret, like the pass to Jotunheim, where no one else could get. It was locked off, and they were looking for her. They had no idea that he or the kid existed, which they didn't let him get.
Right.
So they finally get there, and so then they read like the walls, and it shows like the entire like history. It shows like, whoa, that like just happened. Like it was like foretold that they would go through all this and kill Balder and everything like that. And it's Atreus, his son. They're like his real name. They're like, I don't get, like, for some reason they keep calling me this other name, Loki. That's his name in the whatever. It's such a deep freaking story. Oh, so you kill Thor's sons and Balder, and Thor's like the most powerful god ever, and you don't see him or Odin. It's like, okay, and you forget about it, and everything ends, and you go back home, and that's just it. And like, okay, we're rested, like we're gonna sleep for 2 weeks or whatever they say, and you just go through this whole adventure, and all of a sudden it says like 2 weeks later or something like that, and thunder starts cracking, and someone drops down, and he opens the door and he yells like, "Who are you?" And then the wind like blows, and there's just this hammer right there, and that's how it ends. That's the battle. The next game's gonna be Kratos
versus Thor
against Thor and Odin, and so what I'm super excited about this because it's like I was reading so much about it, and
is Loki gonna be in it? The god of mischief.
Well, that's what his son is. His son's name is Loki, technically. That's what he said. He said he's like I don't understand why the prophecies were calling me a different name. They didn't call me Atreus. They called me Loki.
So the son
is Loki. Is actually Loki.
Holy cow.
And then they're like, it's not over. And so in the cycle of all the gods is the gods kill their parent. He killed Zeus, and Balder tried to kill his mother, and that's why then they killed him, and that's just how it goes. And then they're looking like the prophecy or anything like that, and like, wow, we're so close to the end. And then the wind blows this like little curtain, and it's just Kratos looking, and you see like this little glimpse where it shows Kratos dead against Atreus, his son. And then because he was like trying to end the cycle. So anyways, and so the theories is that Kratos like does not just start Ragnarok, that he actually is Ragnarok. He's the end of gods in the Norse mythology, which is so cool. This game is so deep and insane.
Crazy.
I'm fascinated. I just spent like 10 minutes talking about it, but it's awesome.
I'm sure we all were enthralled. I wasn't even speaking this whole time because of how interested I was.
Let's find somebody that's worked on the game, because I'm sure they don't care.
Absolutely.
Like, all right, we only have
it's like
10 followers on Twitter.
Fine.
So they'll definitely want to come and get a little boost, especially if their name's Mike. If you're welcome.
If you're Mike,
you are welcome.
To the Mike.
Welcome to the mic. We got you a third mic.
Got you. Well,
we do.
Oh, we do.
Yeah.
We just have to figure out
how to do this.
To do everything.
I don't know how we would even plug in a third mic.
I don't either.
We only need to. But if you're here, well, we'll just Skype them in, I guess.
Yeah.
Skype or any call or Discord, and you just like screen record. It's okay. We'll
figure
out
it's fine. Later.
We'll figure it out later. So that's everything.
So that's God of War.
That is God of War, and I cannot explain how
no
awesome.
one likes story games anymore.
Yeah, like no one plays story games. Okay, well, like if you're gonna make critiques, at least just make a Skate 4.
Seriously.
Yeah, that's the one game you should be
Idiots.
making. Yeah. Anyways, I love that game. That was so. Thank you. Good
Yeah,
birthday
of course,
present. You
brother.
absolutely killed it.
Of course I did. I'm the best gift giver I know.
Yeah, I'm a good gift giver, but like I said last episode, I'm a good gift getter.
Yeah, you are.
I killed it.
Killed it.
So what else do I have in here?
I don't know. What do you have in here?
I was talking about like a good idea, like it's just the prank for people that believe in horoscopes, and just like tell them don't. Just walk up to someone and just say, don't do it. And they're like, what? They're like, don't do it. Is your horoscope? Don't do it. And people are just like, don't, like, what does that mean?
I don't.
Or like, just, whatever. Or like read the horoscopes and just go and mess with people and hope that you like just land with someone that has that birth month. I feel like that'd be so easy to do. Good pranks. Such a good prank.
Good prank.
So the new logo was made through Canva.
Canva.
I don't know if
Are they sponsored?
No, I don't know if I told you that I did have a free trial that I messed up on and I didn't.
Again?
I don't know.
Is this how it's going to go?
I think I did talk on the podcast, and I did that again where I paid another like $15.
Yeah.
So that's where I am.
Do it for the podcast.
Spotify is doubling down on podcasts. So
what does that mean?
I guess they're trying to like build their podcast rank. They want people to build more.
Let us go then.
Like, let us fly.
Prosperous.
Fly. Spotify. There's a Nicolas Cage meta movie where there's a movie about Nicolas Cage's life,
where
played by Nicolas Cage. Plays himself in a fictional movie about Nicolas Cage by Nicolas Cage.
Oh,
makes no sense at all, but that's what's
now
happening.
I want to see it.
It's not out yet, but that's what's happening.
So it's like he himself, being the meme that Nicolas Cage is making a meme movie based off the meme of Nicolas Cage.
But it's not meant to be a meme.
It's not supposed to be a meme. It's just supposed to be.
He's making a fictional story about Nicolas Cage.
Is it like a mockumentary?
I don't think so. I think he's truly taking this serious.
Oh,
but like
a fictional movie about Nicolas Cage.
It's like Inception, but with Nicolas Cage. Nickception. Yeah, which is crazy. Cage him. Cage him up, baby.
Put him in his cage.
So that's kind of weird.
Nick Cage needs to be caged.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him. He's going crazy. They are making National Treasure 3. Did you see that? They're like talking about that after all these years.
Really?
National Treasure 2 came out in like 2008. Something like that.
I don't remember any of the National Treasures. For some reason, I always thought they were great movies, but I think I only ever watched it like once.
I don't remember this. I don't remember the second one.
And I don't remember.
I think they're looking for the Declaration of Independence, and then they finally find it, and then people want to kill them, and then they're
running away,
and then they secretly keep it. There it is. Not as good as God of War, but it's good.
Not as good.
Yeah. I played the game of God of War, and then I went and watched the entire game. I watched an entire playthrough of it as well.
Dang.
I was that obsessed with it, and I clearly still am. So I think
Did you get all the secret tips and tricks of it too?
I think I just really enjoyed it. I watched people's reactions to like all kinds of crazy scenes, and I think all that's left for me to do is to shave my head and tattoo my body to become Kratos in the next movie.
Oh, I see. I don't feel like you need to tattoo your body.
I feel like I gotta really commit. Kratos did.
You could get painted though.
But like, could Kratos paint himself to honor his brother?
No.
He tattooed himself. He marked his body. Also, I'm not 6'4" or whatever. How big Kratos is.
You're not 6'4"?
No, I've tried.
Like me?
I'm not quite your height, but we're getting there. But I am still going out for the part of Nathan Drake. So whenever you want to contact me, I am right here. Still doing this podcast, kicking. We're launching all kinds of crazy stuff. Just keep on looking out for the Shenanigans podcast.
Keep looking
We've got
out.
all kinds of crazy stuff. I think that's the end of our notes. That's the end of our story.
That is the end.
I freaking love these mics.
I do too.
I
do too.
These things.
I really hope that I loved this mic.
What do you mean?
And it turned out I do.
Oh.
I do love this mic.
Yeah, you did not want to regret your decision.
I did not want to have
Pete Davidson came through for us. I think that's
Absolutely.
that's the bottom line here.
Pete Davidson,
cares.
The stand-up comedian,
cares.
who's always high all the time.
Yes.
Cares about us.
That's crazy to think
on the
about.
Shenanigans podcast.
Like, he has so much going on, and he cares about us.
He cares about
So everybody
us.
tweeted Pete Davidson to just say thank you.
Thank you, Pete Davidson, for looking out for the Shenanigans podcast.
Yeah.
And also tag us in it.
Yeah, you're a great man.
The Shenanigans podcast,
So,
not our specific
I think
names,
as long as you say good things, it's not
right.
It's not technically slanderous, even if it's
right,
lying.
right.
So
it's just
we could say
you,
that he had a big part in helping the Shenanigans podcast grow, and we could say also that Robert Downey Jr. did as well.
Right,
which Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, all the Avengers, really, basically all the celebrities had a big part in helping us grow. They really did. So you can tweet them all you want and
say,
tag them
and say, thank you.
Like The Rock, Kevin Hart, like everyone was a part.
Right.
And this may be lying, but it's not slanderous.
No, absolutely
so we're okay.
Not. So it's okay.
Yeah.
And plus, who really cares about Twitter anymore? You can post whatever you want on there.
Yeah.
And apparently no one gives a crap.
I don't give a crap. So
go ahead and tweet at them
and come back to us with big news.
Big news saying that you're right. They did have a huge part in this for us.
So this has been the Shenanigans podcast with the new mics. I know we've been talking about a lot. I think we've covered all the notes of everything I wanted to do, unless I just want to do a quick run through of everything that I haven't do. Netflix and Nickelodeon made a big schedule. Bengals fans stayed on the roof for all the season until the Bengals won. The Browns-Steelers game in the brawl. That was supposed to be like months ago. We were supposed to talk about that. I went to a wedding. I got the keys and left Joey there. I was supposed to give this guy some money to trade him for a part.
Okay.
And it was so windy, and it blew the dollars out of my hand, and I sprinted 40 yards to go catch him.
Did you catch it?
Yeah, I did catch it. Cooking marshmallows is man's business. It's not sexist, but it is true.
It's a man's world out there.
It's
marshmallows is a man's world.
I'm not marshmallows, but cooking marshmallows.
Not just marshmallows.
Well, I mean, there is a man under the mask, so.
Or is it a woman?
I think we've already seen him.
Has he?
I think we have. Well, there's been so many. Those are man hands. Anyways, it's
marshmallows is a cooking game for men.
This is a cooking mama. I just listen. Everyone can be good at
listen.
anything.
That's all you do. That's why you
just listen to me. Everyone can be good at everything. Equality. But cooking marshmallows is man's business, and one day I'm going to be good at it. Actually, you can look for the Toastmasters website. They actually have a new DLC about marshmallow cooking and toasting. And have a good day. I was just kidding, by the way. If there's a woman that wants to cook marshmallows,
go for it.
Yeah,
you're probably better at me than it too.
Yeah, I've never made a good marshmallow.
I like to burn my marshmallows
and
then eat the skin, and then recook it by burning it, and then eat that skin, and then I burn the skin of that, and I eat it.
What do you think Jeffrey Dahmer talked about on his podcast? So, this has been the Shenanigans podcast.
Oh shoot, I don't have a slogan.
No, you'll figure it out. You could talk about, mics, Pete Davidson, laundry, lawnmowers in the desert, God of War, fun times, great things, good mics.
Thank you.
We are back. The Shenanigans podcast is rock and roll. There's so many good things happening, and we are more committed than ever before in our lives. This podcast is going to grow. This whole brand is going to grow, and I hope you guys stick along with us because it's one big team, one big family.
Hop on the bandwagon,
guys. Let's go in. Hit him with the slogan. We'll slap this bus sticker out of here.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes life is like a piece of toast. Too burnt, too long in the toaster, and it'll just fall apart. It'll crumble right before you.
Wow.
But too short in the toaster, and you're too soggy.
Wow.
You just have to find that right moment where you're in the fire, where you're in the flames. And that's when you'll truly come out victorious. Like a nice 8.8.
That's what Kratos would do.
That's
what Kratos would do.
That's what Kratos would do.
That's what Kratos would do. And here's the mention.
Thank you so much for listening.
I love you. We don't love you.
I do.
No, I love you.